Hello guys and guides, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you what I record with. This is a newer video. I made a video on what I record with about a year ago, and that was using a program called DxStory. Since then, I have actually moved to a different recording program called Mirillis Action, and I just want to make an updated tutorial for you guys to show you the program that I actually record with now. So as you can see, I am actually using the program to record my screen now. It's really cool that you're able to have the program open while recording. Not really anything practical, but I think it's a really nice feature, especially for something like this. So first off, you're going to notice that the recording is very smooth. If I move my mouse around here, it's really smooth, and that's one of the reasons why I like it. It just has a miracle way with getting your FPS just perfect. I've had really no problems with FPS lag in game. I actually noticed an increase in FPS while recording, and it's just a lot better than DxStory in my experience. Of course, you know, this might not be true for you, but for me at least, it is so much better than DxStory, and it's probably due to the codecs that the program uses in opposition to DxStory, but let's not get into all of that. Right now, I'll just show you all my settings and some of the features that I thought were useful about this program. So, as you can see here, this is the main dialog that'll come up. Up here, you can actually select to where you want to record to. I have it selected to my recording hard drive, and then my new recordings folder. And as you can see, it's actually putting this recording in there as we speak. We've been going for 1 minute and 50 seconds. And over here, you can select whether you want the program to lock into games and just automatically recognize games and capture those when you press the hotkey, or you can actually have a desktop mode, which I'm using right now, and also you can just select a region on your screen for recording. So all three of those are pretty much the major three that you're going to want to do, and Mirillis Action has all three of them, so that's kind of awesome. Over here you can select your file format. I have it set to AVI. You can go to MP4, but as I've noticed, it's a little bit laggier because it's compressing in real time, so I usually stick with AVI. Video size original, so that means whatever size my game is or whatever size my monitor is, it will record that size. If I selected something like 1080p from this dropdown, it would record only in 1080p even if my video wasn't in 1080p. That could result in letterboxing or cropping of the screen, so I just go with original. Video frame rate, I actually do 60 just because I can. Probably more practical to do 30 because even after you upload it, it's gonna be cut down to 30 by YouTube, so it would just be overkill at that point. But I like 60 for some reason. I guess I could do some really cool slow-mo shots if I really wanted to. Not really practical. I should probably change that to 30 when I'm done with this recording. But anyways, duration, you can actually set a custom duration for your clip, and then it'll either stop there or it will start creating a new clip. Use perfect video match mode. That's if you're like recording like actual videos from your screen, like if you're recording like Windows Media Player, that will perfectly match those things. And then you could also do record system sounds. That just makes sure that your in-game sound and your Skype sounds are recorded. Pretty much anything you hear out of your headphones or your speakers will be recorded. And then allow multi-channel audio recording. That's basically to make sure that your system sound and your microphone get split so you can edit them both afterwards. And I go over this in detail in my audio editing tutorial. So this program supports multiple audio channels, so that's really great for my other tutorial if you guys are coming from that. So up here next is our live category. Now you can actually stream live to twitch.tv and other places like YouTube and a few other live streaming places. It's really cool because I'll get to this later, but you actually have the feature to actually record your face cam live with your footage, which is what I do. And from my experience, the Mirillis Action live stream feature is just it gets my award for simplicity, because you don't have to go through another program like Open Broadcaster software or XSplit. Of course, if you're going to be dedicated streaming, I would recommend those programs instead of this, but it's still nice to see that Mirillis has incorporated this feature into their program. So all that's really cool. Here are all my settings if you really want to know, but yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. It doesn't compress the videos, so it's probably not going to come out the best unless you select MP4 in the first tab there, because trying to upload big files in live time is just not going to work out. So make sure you select MP4 if you're going to do this, because the file size can get pretty big and your stream can get pretty laggy. Also, you can do audio recording with this program. So say you didn't want to record your screen or your video game, and you just wanted to record your voice, you could actually do it right here inside of Mirillis Action. So that's kind of handy. If you're into that sort of thing, like post commentary, you could actually just record your voice and then overlay it onto your video later in editing software. So that's pretty nice. Up next is benchmarking. This will basically monitor the frame rate you're getting in a game, and it will composite your minimum frame rate, your maximum frame rate, and your average frame rate, and a few other things. I haven't really experimented too much with this, but it's should work solidly from what I can tell from this program. So up next, we have screenshots, pretty much standard, what you would expect. Anywhere you see the little FPS icon to record your screen, you can also capture a screenshot through a setup hotkey, which we're gonna go to settings and look at later. So you can either record your entire desktop, or you can record your first to second monitor, and you can select your format. So pretty simple settings. Up next is settings. We have a whole bunch of tabs in here, so this is where all the cool stuff comes in. General settings right here, application always on top. That's just personal preference. Basically means that it can't be hidden behind another program. Check for updates. That's basically if you want to check for updates every time it starts up. I usually leave that off because it usually, I don't know, I just like to use as little of my CPU as possible, and just checking for updates every time just seems like a waste of resources in my eyes. Start application, minimize to tray. That means it won't pop up this window every time you start it. It'll just go down here into the taskbar. And hide action window on desktop recording start. So if I were to have that selected, whenever I hit record, when I'm recording my actual desktop and not a game, it would hide this, and I'd have to go click it and open it. But I turned that off because obviously I'm going to want to record this because that's what the video is about. Enable action remote control. There's a really cool Android app, and I think they're making an iOS app soon, that you can actually press a button on your phone and it'll start recording your screen. So it's kind of cool, not gonna lie, although I just stick to the regular key on my keyboard to start the recording, because I've an iPod and stuff like that, so don't really have an Android phone that's compatible with that, so it's interesting nonetheless. I think it works with Bluetooth, not sure though, never tried it. Alright, here are the video recording settings. Video quality is on high. These are all my settings. May work great for you, maybe not. The bitrate for MP4, so if you have MP4 selected in your first tab here, you can actually select the bitrate. I would suggest dropping this down a little bit if you're going to MP4. That'll reduce the lag, and you can find a good quality to speed ratio here. I would not suggest 100% because that's pretty much just overkill, and you probably won't see a difference until you start dipping down into like maybe the 60s. Not sure, I never fiddled around with it, so feel free to experiment. Input range, not really sure what this does. I'm guessing 16 to 235 is going to give you a brighter gamma, and then 0 to 255 is probably going to give you like a darker brightness. I'm not sure, but that's my best guess as to what that is. I'm sure either you can look it up or actually try it out for yourself. I might want to do that after I'm done recording. Use multi-core recording. I definitely have this checked because I have 8 cores on my processor, so I darn better be using those other 7 cores for whatever, so I have that selected. If you have like a dual core or quad core, it probably won't make too much of a difference. Record mouse cursor. If I did not have this selected, you would not be able to see where I'm pointing with my cursor. And then visualize mouse clicks. That basically makes like a ripple effect wherever I click, so I'm doing it right now. You can probably see it. And then overlay graphics. You can actually like overlay like a picture in your recording. So what this is useful for is if you watch my videos, I have like a little thing covering my face cam. I could do this, although I prefer to do it in post-production in my editing program. But you can actually select this and do it all real time, so that is actually really nifty, and you can put like a whole bunch of like cool stuff on your screen. Like if you can open up a Photoshop file and like put in pictures and stuff, you can just click that and then find your picture and it'll plop it right on top of your recording. So that's really cool, and I haven't really seen any other program do that in real time, so that's just awesome that it has that functionality. Up next is your webcam. So if you actually want to record a face cam with your videos, and you don't want to have the fuss of trying to line it up with your footage in an editing program or any of that, this is like the best. This is what I do, although I'm not recording my face cam right now. Obviously it would be kind of pointless on a tutorial video, not really reacting to much, but you can actually click here to always record, or even record on button down, which is kind of interesting. And you can select your webcam here, and then you can actually select which side of the screen it'll appear on. Mine is on the top left, although I could go to top right, bottom left. And you can also choose how big you want your face cam to be. I have mine set on 13, although I think that's a little bit small. I kind of leave it at that anyways. Don't want to take up too much of the screen with my face cam, but I thought that was like a really cool feature that you can change the size as well. And then you can also select a second webcam, which is awesome. Like, not only do you have the function to do one, but you have the function to do two, and that's kind of legit. And then you can actually change your aspect ratio of your face cam right here just to lock it onto something. I have mine set to 4:3 because I don't want it to be like widescreen. I want it to be like a square. And then you can go ahead and see yourself. So there's my face, and that's just to show you if it's working. You can actually test your lighting and like your frame rate here. So I kind of do that every time I'm going to record, just so I can center myself in the screen and make sure I'm not like off to one side when I'm recording. And that's pretty much all that is. That's actually a really nice feature, and I'm glad they thought of that. Up next is your audio settings. You're going to want to go ahead and select your microphone. If you want to learn how to make your mic sound better in real time and then use it as a microphone, and you can go check out that tutorial. It should be in the description, along with my tutorial on post audio editing. But here I have my virtual microphone selected, which is being edited currently as we speak, and being made sound awesome. So if you want to check that out, check my other tutorial. You can select the volume of your mic, so if you want your volume to be raised down, you can do that, and then bring it up. Record your microphone into a separate audio track. You want to have this checked if you want to be able to split your voice and your in-game sound later, so you can like change the volumes independently. Record system sounds. Usually just leave this at system default unless you have any other reason to move it. And then you can select the balance. Right now I have my system sounds a little bit lower than my microphone. And then your bitrate, I would suggest leaving this at system default, otherwise your audio might get out of sync with your video. So over here we have your heads up display. This is basically a little FPS counter that also shows if you're recording or not. It should be overlaid on your screen or inside your game, and it'll basically tell you your FPS and like how long you've been recording, if you're recording, and then all that good stuff. You can choose to hide it during your desktop recording. As you can see, you can't see it right now. If I were to uncheck this, you'd see it in my recording. And that says, do not record HUD in games and applications. If you don't want your FPS counter to show up, you click that. And then you can hide it on action startup. So I currently have mine selected here. What's kind of cool, and I haven't seen this in other programs, is that you can actually lock it to the middle, which is kind of cool. I actually might want to keep in mind, I actually might want to do that. It sounds, I don't know, like right here. Never knew that. Alright, so up next, export settings. You can actually upload directly to YouTube, which is kind of cool. You can also select to use your graphics card to accelerate your video rendering, because you can render your videos directly in here. You can't really edit them, but you can compress them and make them smaller right in here, which is kind of cool. I don't use that because it degrades the quality a little bit, and I'm super OCD about that. And then you can also upload directly to YouTube, which is kind of awesome. Record video, I have this set to F19. All the way on the right side of my keyboard, I have F19 instead of all the way up to F12. I kind of have those extra keys there, so I'm using all of them for special functions with my recording thing. Record audio, I have that set to F18. That's kind of also on that side of my keyboard, and then you can just kind of go through these. They're pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I have to go over all of them. And there's actually like a second page. It's kind of hidden. If you click that little arrow, you can actually delete your recording. Like if it didn't come out well and you don't want to just like hit stop recording and then go in here and delete it manually, you can actually just cancel it and it won't save it, which is pretty cool. You can also add a bookmark in your recording, which is kind of awesome. Just saying, that's kind of awesome. So you can like go back to that bookmark, say you got like an epic kill, you want to bookmark it, it'll make it easier to find in your video later. Webcam, you can actually toggle this during your recording. So F4, if I click that while I'm recording, it'll turn on and off my webcam. And just a whole bunch of awesome, really cool stuff. You can actually pause your recording and not create a separate file, which to be honest, I don't really use that much. I'm actually learning a lot by looking at these hotkeys about features I didn't even know about. So that's really, really cool. And then you can change your HUD position in real time without having to open up this program. Just really, really cool features that they have implemented into hotkeys, which I really like. I'm a big hotkey fan myself. So that's pretty much it. I think I did the full rundown. If you are looking for a recording program, not sure what to choose, this is what I vouch for. It is the best out of all that I've tried. I've tried Bandicam, Fraps, DX Story, a whole bunch of other ones. I've tried recording with Open Broadcaster software, and out of all those, this is the one that I really like and I really prefer, and the one that I've stuck with for almost over a year now. So I really can't do this software enough praising when I make a video. So go and check it out for yourself. There's a trial on their website. I think it's like $35 or something on their website as well. So I would highly consider this program just because it's so awesome. And it is paid, so if you're looking for a free option, Open Broadcaster software is another good alternative. Although if you have the money, if you have the spare change, or if you want to save up for something, this is the one that I would totally recommend. So I think that's been a 17-minute tutorial. I think I shouldn't drag it on any longer, but I really hope this like taught you guys something. And even if you have Mirillis Action and you're just watching this to see my settings, I hope that kind of helped you out in your knowledge base of this software. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you learned something, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday with another tutorial. Thanks, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.